on the lesson 2, we talked about the description of the keyboard. I told you that the keyboard contains keys that make musical sounds when played. So the keys are arranged in orderly patterns of white and black keys so that we can easily identify them. So the reason this keyboard, or the reason why the keys are arranged this way, is for easy identification on the that is black and white color. I believe you can actually see that. That is two distinct things you can see on the keyboard. So I told you that the white things you see here, let me call it things for now, they are called natural keys, and all these black ones you see are called the sharp or the flat keys. So I will take that again. The white things you see here are called the natural keys, whereas the black ones are called the sharp or the flat keys. So now it is called the sharp when you are ascending, when you are going from your left to right. So if you are ascending, you call those black notes or keys sharp. But when you are going backwards, like you are descending, you are going from your right to left, you call them flat. So while we progress, I will tell you more in details about how to use the sharp or the flat. But for now, I want you to get it from me that all these white keys are called natural keys, and the black keys are called the sharp or the flat keys. I believe we are good, right? Okay, so moving forward, I actually told you that the white keys are named after letters of the English alphabet, EX, or suffix syllables, depending on which country you are in. Some countries decide to name them in French, some decide to name them in English. Maybe you're in a Spanish country, they may decide to name it in Spanish letters and all of that. So that is it. But the major one is that they have, though I will talk about that in our lesson about the suffix. The suffix, they call it suffix. That one is a general name for music entirely. So I told you something about the note. I told you that note is a simple musical sound of a particular pitch and length. So each key of the keyboard, both black and white keys, are otherwise called notes. So either the white key or the black key, each of them, any of them can be called notes. So everything you see here now, I can actually call them notes or keys. So all the natural keys are keys, all the sharp or flat keys are keys, and the keys are as well known as what? Notes, because while we go further, I will be making use of notes to mean a different thing, slightly different thing, and I will be using the word key to mean a slightly different thing. So I told you about classification of notes, or classifications on the keyboard. The keys or notes of the keyboard are classified into two ways. They are classified by function and by naming. Now, by function, I mean that there are 12 keys on the keyboard or in music generally. So the 12 keys are the 7 white keys and the 5 black keys. So what I mean by 7 white keys are the English alphabet, which are the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Yes, that's where we'll stop, from A to G. That's 7 in number. And now the black keys has no proper name. So they borrow their name from the parent name of the first 7 letters of the English alphabet. So I could decide to call them the A sharp or B flat, the C sharp or D flat, the D sharp or E flat, the F sharp or G flat, or the G sharp or A flat. So whichever name you decide to use is dependent on the scale you are using or what is written on the musical staff. Okay, note importantly that the symbol this symbol now is used for sharp, whereas this symbol you are seeing now is used for flat. That is to differentiate between a sharp and a flat. And mind you that I told you that the black keys are otherwise called, or are called, the sharp or the flat, depending the scale you are using. So I told you about classification by naming. So the notes of the keyboard are named in suffix in any given key. So then what is suffix, you may ask? A suffix is a term for singing the notes of a major scale on the keyboard. They are majorly 7 in number. Yes, you may have or may not have heard about this. They are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, they're actually 7. The next do you hear, which made it is a repetition of the first do. I hope you get that. So I will take that again. The surfers are a term, or is a term for singing the notes of a major scale on the keyboard or in music. They are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So they are 7 in number with the repetition of do, which made it 8. So that's about it on our first lesson. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson where I'll be telling you more about the keyboard.